What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So, this is different than normal. I've got two griddles behind me. One in the box, one that I've had for a little while. And totally different than the normal stuff on the channel. No truck stuff today, no overlanding, no camping. Um, but I've had a Loco griddle, the V1, 26-inch V1 for, I don't know, a few months now. And then they came out with the V2. And through the research I've done, you really can't figure out the difference. Or there's differences, but no one does a true comparison. Even on like Loco's actual videos they post on YouTube, people are like, yeah, so what's the difference? Help me out. Yeah, the burners are a little different, it looks like. There might be some other things. Heck, I think the box almost looks identical, and nowhere even on the box it says V2. When I got this in, I thought they sent me a V1 until I found, I don't know if it was on like the UPC or something was different. So I was really confused. Again, I have no affiliation with Loco whatsoever, so this isn't like, hey, sponsored, whatever. I just thought there's nothing out there on these things, isn't the differences. I've got both of them now behind me. I bought a V2, or I got a V2 for a few reasons. One, there's a few things with this one I don't like, and two, I got it on a good deal, so hey, might as well. Um, so anyway, what we're gonna do is we're gonna dive into this new one here. I'm probably not gonna do like a step by step how to build it. If the instructions are anything like they were for the V1, they're great. You don't need you probably don't need me to walk through each and every step on how to build it. But what I'll do is once it's built, I'll uh, I'll open it up and then show the side by side comparison and the true differences between the two of them, so you really can dive in and see. Because truthfully, there's a few things about this one I don't like, but it's a really really kick ass griddle. I'm not gonna lie. The smart temp technology is awesome. The only issue is you have to have it plugged into a wall, or like a lot of people do, is a little power bank. All it is to light up the knobs so you can select the temp, and that's the only reason you need it. But it does have temp control, which is super super kick ass. I mean, it really is. So let's get after it. So first and foremost, like I said, on this box, there's nothing, at least nothing that I see that shows, it's the V2 version, anything about it, like, hey, the new model. Even on the top, like, there's nothing here that I could find that really said, wow, look, it's the new model. Now, on the side, one thing you'll notice is this grease trap is different on it, so that's what gave it away, the XL grease catch. I think that's it. At least on the box that I could find. Maybe there's something else, but I don't think so. So anyway, packaging is very similar. I think, if I'm honest, I think they missed the mark on that. If you're gonna come out with a V2 version of something, I would think you'd want um, I think you'd want to like actually, call out on the box and have it look different. But hey, that's just me. All right, so what we'll do is we'll just tear into it. I'll start building it. I'll probably just time lapse this for you, and hopefully we'll have it built here in 15-20 minutes. All right, so that took way longer than I anticipated, but that's just how any project in the garage goes. It just, I don't know. No matter what, it just takes longer than I thought. So, but I got it fully together. Everything looks good. Everything looks just as the kind of just as the other one went together. But some differences. So let's take a look at the Series One, and I guess I could plug that in for you. I don't know. We probably don't need to plug it in. But anyway, let's look at the Series One. So here is the Series One. Again, like I said, there's not a ton of differences that you're going to notice model to model. Obviously, this one's been used. You know, the same smart temp dials, sure spark ignition, which is really nice. You can hear it clicking. The shelves, you know, just as the other one did, or just as the V2 does, they flip up, flip down. I don't know if I can do it with one hand or not. So both of them fold down. This side has a paper towel holder underneath, which I found very handy, as well as hooks on the side. I use the hooks while grilling. There's your paper towel holder with a little ball to keep it, you know, keep the paper towel on there. Yeah, overall, you know, again, I liked it. The problem I had with it was the even heat. The heat was just not even on it. And I'll show you why here in a little bit. Storage underneath was fine. It had a little tray in the back for, truthfully, for your power outlet. I thought that was completely pointless, but, you know, whatever. One of the major complaints I had, besides heat distribution, was your grease tray. It's tiny, guys. I mean, it's 3 inches by 3 by 5, maybe 3 by 5. I don't know. It's tiny, and that sucked. Something else that was tough, and it might have some stuff down there. Your grease, you know, your little hole in the griddle is fairly small. The V2 is the same on that, so very interested to see how that's going to work on here. I've had a few issues with this one, but nothing major. Otherwise, guys, really just, you know, that's the V1. Differences here, let's check out the V2. What I will say is the V2 is a slightly more, I guess, cream color. I don't know if you, yeah, you can see that probably on camera. Slightly more cream color. I have them facing this way because I have the V2 plugged in. Again, folding shelves are the same. Still have the hook rack on there, paper towel holder. That's all similar there. Still has sure spark ignition. You can hear it click. It is different. The face of it's a little different, so they did something different there. Let me get that undone. I pushed that behind there like an idiot. Trash bag holder. The V1 has the same thing, but trash bag holder, I've never used mine, but would be nice to maybe use it someday. Storage underneath is fairly similar, but as you can see, there's your grease tray, I'll call it. It's massive in comparison. Massive. Super happy about that. Gonna have to find a liner for that so I can just take it and toss it. Should have kind of the same, well, it has a little different door structure. These have metal bars on them that aren't, these look like they're pinch welded on or spot welded on. These are just riveted in two places. Maybe they're not. Let's see. Yeah, they are definitely somehow adhered on the V2. Makes the door a lot more sturdy. Only problem there is I've been storing some of my stuff behind the door, so I won't be able to do that on the new one. That's okay though. Nothing major there. Same great wheels on this. They lock really nice. Real nice locking. Very happy with those. Again, the Smart Temp is the real coup de grace on this. Go down to low, 275, 300, 325, 350, 375, 400, 450, and sear. And so they'll both go to sear. Sear, I think, runs it to 500 or 550. But it's obviously it's getting no gas, so it's going to give you an error because it's not lit or there's no fuel flow. But it holds temp, and it is awesome. Let's see if it'll click over to say what temp it is right now. Yeah, 71 degrees right now, 73. So that is my favorite feature of these Locos by far. The cooktop's really nice. It's got a nice embossed logo of Loco on the back. I have had zero issues with this one rusting whatsoever. It hadn't warped. I don't believe there's any warpage to it. Just really, really a nice cooktop. It's heavy. I think this unit itself is like 150 to 170 pounds. I can't remember what the ship weight on that was. I think it was 170. So it's a beefy unit for a 26 inch. Let's check out though the difference in the burners. All right, so let's start with, here's the big difference. Here is your V1 burner, straight burner with a heat deflector. And I guess it's a U shape overall, but I don't know if there's actually any gas hole. Yeah, there's a few. With a heat deflector over one, you get really, really bad cold spots on here. This is your temp sensors here. They work great. They really do. But hot and cold is really bad on the V1. When they went to the V2, it's these oval, I guess, or rectangular burners with a center burner as well. You know, flame coming all the way around, no deflectors, and there's heat transfer that can come through the center divider. That's the big difference. I think probably what I'd say the biggest difference between the two units. So really, really excited to see how this cooks up, how this heats up, and how it holds temp or keeps even temp. I'm not going to get into that tonight. It's 11:30 here, and I got two little kids, so I got to go in and try to get some sleep before they wake up in the morning. So, but that's probably the big difference. There's a few differences, but I don't know if you probably can't really tell the color difference. This is the V2. That's the V1 top. The handles look the same. Really, that looks very, very similar. They're both embossed with Loco on the top. Again, overall, guys, the units are pretty similar. There's just a few key differences. Grease trap, the burners are the two big main differences on here. So I don't know if that helps anyone, if that's anyone's looking at, you know, trying to figure out if they should upgrade to the V2, try to figure out which unit they have, if they have the V1 or the V2. Both of these look to be really nice. Again, my original V1 I was happy with for the most part. Grease trap was a problem, and the burner. Those two things were definitely an issue for me. Other than that, it's a great unit. It was a great griddle, especially for the money. I'm gonna pass it on to a buddy of mine, so we'll see how that goes. And I'm gonna start cooking here with the new V2 with new burners, new grease trap. That'll be nice. And yeah, again, I hope this helps some of you guys. I know this is something that a lot of people were kind of frustrated. There wasn't a good breakdown of the side-by-side. What's different? Yeah, if you guys want to see anything else, let me know. I don't know if I'm going to turn this into any sort of, you know, griddle recipes. That's kind of not who I am. But if you're into old trucks, overlanding, off-road, hit me a sub. I'd appreciate it. But drop a comment below. If you guys come back, I'll see you next time.